a tree with flowers, and a table of delicious food. Everything in the world, only delicious food and beautiful scenery can be lived up to. Sun Valley, a wonderful journey for taste buds. Here, every dish is a carefully cooked work of art. From the selection of fresh ingredients
Environment authorities warn of worsening land degradation amid increased illegal logging. Government reports dropped in revenue collection at Nimule border post. Jammu's crowned champions of South Sudan Premier League. Good afternoon, dear viewers. Welcome to SSBC English News Live from Juba with me, Susan Emiliano. Environment authorities are warning against defiance of a directives to halve illegal logging, which has become rampant across the country, particularly in central Equatoria, posing serious environmental risk. The warning follows a meeting between the National Minister of Environment and Forestry, Josephine Nafon Cosmos, and the acting governor of Central Equatoria State, Paulino Lukudu, which focus on strengthening collaboration to curb illegal logging reserves. This comes amid reports of a surge in illegal logging activities in Central Equatoria. Both officials express a shared commitment to addressing these unlawful practices.
And this is the center. Central Equatoria is at the center of the government. And anything we need to coordinate together, and we have to work together. And I told as the head of this ministry, people have been doing your meetings, you have been meeting. And I just want to ask you from now, you have to be meeting. The ministry cannot do things alone. The implementers of anything that comes out from the national government is actually the state to implement. If there is any order, if there is anything, it is actually the state government to implement. Because we are not there on the ground. It is the state to implement in collaboration with the technical people from the Ministry of Environment. And the technical people have the right to give you all the techniques that you need to use when implementing any order or anything or any project.
But the main reason for this meeting is actually to enhance the cooperation between the National Ministry of Environment and Forestry and Central Equatoria State Government at large. Secondly, is for us to work together so that we protect the environment. Protection of the environment and protection of the forest is a multi-sectoral responsibility in which the people who are involved in the destruction of forests, not only just the business community like you had, some of them are members of the organized forces. And the vulnerable situation of these members of the organized forces deployed, especially in the border areas and in the counties, they are left to survive on their own. So they are very vulnerable to be misused by the businessmen and women doing this kind of logging. We need to coordinate our efforts so that at least we have to protect the forest reserve. We ensure that there is no smuggling of the forest products, and also we strengthen the security of the protection of our reserve forests, and we work together so that the intergovernmental linkage will be strong.
Shifting focus to strengthening child protection, the government and development partners have renewed their commitment to enhancing effort amid at safeguarding children and other vulnerable groups. This follows the conclusion of a national child protection conference. Abate Simon reports.
That will guide child protection programming in the next.
The conference also recommends key stakeholders to child care to ensure supporting community-based child protection services and mechanisms through capacity building. The Minister of Labour and Industrial Development, who is the acting Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, James Hosmai, challenged the Ministers of Gender, Child and Social Welfare in the country to work hard with the partners to meeting various forms of child education.
Of social workers so that they work with UNICEF of child protection. But please be also independent mentally. Don't put your own to anybody else. You maintain some of it. If I support you, use whatever I support you well so that you can actually advance. Let us be innovative.
The Undersecretary in the Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Welfare, Esther Ikere Elozai, restates how the program can efficiently deliver child protection services in the country.
Terrorism does not allow for us to address the structural issues, whether it's issues of abuse in the family, whether it's issues of issues of ending child marriage, issues of disability, but also now when you look into our context, we have a big number of children living and working on the streets. So humanitarianism does not address those issues because these are deeply rooted societal issues that need intervention of the government, of the community, of the people, of the chiefs, of the local authorities.
UNICEF's Chief for Child Protection, Brenda Rose, says the United Nations agents will support strengthening horizontal coordination across agencies and entities at various levels.
But let's work together on all of this. And so that's just one principle I wanted to say. Again, the honest contributions from everyone here today. Let's keep this honesty. Let's keep these frank discussions. We're all here together for the most vulnerable children in South Sudan.
Before Administrative Area Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare said the program has provided basic knowledge and skills for child protection. She appeals for necessary support for rendering the basic services efficiently.
Going back, I know that we can implement more things during after this workshop. Even I sure my colleagues from other states will do the same. We thank UNICEF for supporting us always.
In this program, communities are an integral part of child protection systems, and their participation is vital to the success of the system. Abate Simon Godo, SSBC News.
The government has reported a significant decline in revenue collections at the vital Nimule border, raising concerns over national economy stability. The revelation follows a visit by the Undersecretary of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Achir Manyut John, who inspected numerous institutions in Nimule to assess the root causes of the drop in revenue collection at the strategic entry point. Nyandur Machar has more.
Shortly after arrival in Nimule, Achir Manyut John and the accompanying team inspected all facilities before proceeding with the staff meeting of Ministry of Trade, the National Revenue Authority, the Economic Intelligence, Clearance Agents, and the National Bureau of Standards. Achir Manyut encouraged all staff to remain committed to teamwork for accountability and transparency. He once again malpractice in all trade stations.
We are going to have a target because the revenue has dropped. The revenue has dropped in the ministry. And some of you are saying we want incentive another thing. There is nowhere the ministry can go and generate. This money is generated through revenue collection. Why? How come that the revenue has dropped? It has dropped because some of you here are giving a penalty. You give penalty 10% or 15% of the value of the good, and that businessman will find it easy. Why should I go to the ministry? If at all I can be clear using this amount, 10%, and you go. It is one of the things that is happening.
Majong Akwe, head of the trade station at Numili, explained
constraint in office accommodation for the various staff. He said provisional appointed staff have overstayed their provocation periods and seeks clarification on full employment in the public service.
I introduced this year for this of it, the rest for the standard, and the rest for custom. This year they are not accommodating. All the number of staff who are here, they have those who are appointed permanently by public service.
A member of the trade staff, Abul John, explained how consignment papers were charged on every vehicle entering South Sudan last year. Every member of the staff had a reasonable sum of money for sustaining compared to this year. He suggests for the increasing the charges from 10,000 to 20,000 on every vehicle.
This paper we are writing to clear to let the drivers be clear on the road. Say that this, to know that this work is whatever process are made. This 10,000 was raised last year. Compared to our number now, and the fluctuation in the market is also becoming a challenge. And we expect your authority with your team will also raise our, you will support our initiative of at least pushing it to 20,000 pounds.
Chol Abraham, Bola Pech Adol, trade license controller at Numili station, suggests the introduction of the electronic license controlling to reduce copying license at the different stations along the route.
Our process of recording the license. For example, the same license, if a trader is given import license from the ministry, he will copy the same license and bring the copy to Nimali. The same license, he will take the copy to Kaya and Nadapal, the same to the airport. That license, for example, cigarette, you will find the import license of cigarette, maybe 500 cartons, is already exhausted in the airport. Then you will come back to Nimali and will use the same import license here.
SSBC Nyandur Machara, which coach.
In Upper Nile State, the commissioners of Akoka and Fashoda counties have been urged to lead efforts in enhancing grassroots access to education and medical services. Alatib Akech Ajak, who made the call, reaffirmed the state government's commitment to fostering security and stability as a foundation for development. In response, both commissioners, including James Cholador of Akoka County, vowed their dedication to improving essential public services.
هنا كيف نوفر الأمن للمواطن بتاعنا البسيط الماشي لأي محل عشان أي زول يشيل المسؤولية بتاعه. وعدا حكومة الولاية على النيل هنا جاهزين عشان نشيل التقرير بتاعه ونعمل مؤتمر في الولاية لمسائل الدقيقة اللي ما بيقولوا في الميدان. هنا السيولة بتاعنا كحركة شعبية هنا مع السلام. وهنا مع الاتفاقية ماضية بس في تدريبات شغل فيه فجودة وحكوكة طوام معلوم تيمان زمان الربيت وقت التربية بتاعي يمكن في
The once highly regarded Rombor Police Training Academy has been vandalized during this year armed clashes between the forces and rebel elements. The Director General of the Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality, Passports and Immigration, General Elia Costa Faustino, visited the Rombor Immigration Training Center on Friday, where he witnessed the extent of the destruction. He reported that all classrooms, dormitories, generators, solar systems, and other invaluable assets has been destroyed, evidence of the intensity of the classes. General Faustino condemned what he described as a cruel act of destroying a national asset and call on citizens to embrace a spirit of nationalism.
Visit all the offices, all the classrooms and dormitories, and then we found that everything was destroyed totally. So this center was one of our biggest center here in Rambod. We used to train our people here, so it was well equipped. But after this crisis which happened, we came here and found that everything was destroyed, everything was stolen. So the center, as you see, is just like.
The African Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture is stepping up efforts to implement building programs at Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology, especially in fishing skills and the cultivation of sorghum and rice. The program is part of a larger program currently benefiting more than 174 universities across 40 African countries. The Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, based in Kampala, Uganda.
Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology is a member of RUFORUM. RUFORUM is the Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture, and in South Sudan we have 3 member universities, Dr. John Garang being one of them, and the University of Juba and Nile University. So under CRAFT program, we are looking at how do we improve the skilling and training of the people of South Sudan in 3 value chains: rice, sorghum, and fisheries. For Dr. John Garang, we are looking at the fisheries subsector and value chain, and we believe that assessing the establishment of the PADAG Fisheries Training Institute will be one way of supporting skilling and training in the fisheries value chain, which is supported by Dr. John Garang Memorial University of Science and Technology.
As a member of the forum, 175 universities in Africa, the forum has in fact taken initiative to take care of the John Garang University to help.
Turkey is considering expanding its scholarship program for South Sudanese students, particularly those aspiring to specialize in humanitarian fields. This follows a meeting between the Secretary General of the Islamic Council, Dr. Abdullah Baraj Rual, and the Turkey's ambassador to South Sudan, Metin Erdim, who reaffirmed this country's commitment to supporting South Sudan's education sector.
Deliver the letter of congratulations on the occasion of aid, upcoming aid, from the President of the Turkish Religious Affairs and we have discussed the past and possible future cooperation between the Council and the Turkish institutions ranging from the Religious Affairs Presidency to educational institutions and other possible areas of cooperation, and hopefully our cooperation will continue.
معه سبل تعزيز العلاقات بين المؤسستين وبالأخص ما يتعلق بالمنهة الدراسية والمجالات المختلفة في التنمية وفي العمل الإنساني. سعادة السفير يعني سعيد جدا لربط المجلس الإسلامي بالمؤسسات التركية ذات الصلة، ولدي الشرف أن يكون هذه الزيارة أول زيارة له بعد توليه مهامه، ونشكر عبر الحكومة التركية والشؤون الدينية على العلاقة المتميزة بين المجلس الإسلامي والشؤون الدينية في تركيا ومنظمات أخرى، وعلى رأسها التيكا. كل هذه المنظمات تقدم خدمات.
Turning to education and technology, Juba Mahat Al-Ilmi Secondary School, in collaboration with the Symposius Research Center, is engaging teachers and students on the role of artificial intelligence in enhancing learning. Speaking at the event, Professor Kwai Malakwai from Upper Nile University emphasized the importance of AI in supporting teaching and academic activities. The headmaster of Juba Mahat Al-Ilmi, Rizik Allah Ramadan, highlighted the significance of AI for science students.
I believe artificial intelligence is very important for teachers and students. It helps a lot teachers to design courses, to use it for learning, for studies, for assessment, and the students use it for learning, and the teachers use it for design of courses and for even grading the students' performance. And that's why I'm here, and I'm determined to spread it all around all secondary school in Juba and in other states in South Sudan and at the university level too.
الورشة الليلة مقامة بعنوان الذكاء الاصطناعي مصدر المعرفة بالتعاون مع مؤسسة سيمبيسيوس، والمقدم لهذا البرنامج الدكتور بروفيسور كواي ملاك كواي. ونحن في معهد جبل العلمي اخترنا هذا اليوم 31/5/2025 لإقامة هذه الورشة للطلاب العلميين. كان نحن في رابع علمي ممتحنين وسنة ثالثة علمي، لأنه نحن في عصر التكنولوجيا وفي عصر العلم لابد أنه نكون نتقدم إلى الأمام، ولابد أن نبحث عن المعرفة في أنه تجهيز أبنائنا لمستقبل قوي لجنوب السودان.
فاليوم حصل ورشة تدريبية بالنسبة للمعلمين والطلاب في مدرسة معهد العلمي الثانوي، ومن أهداف الورشة ده إنه التزويد بتاعت المعلمين بالوسائل الحديثة في مجال بتاعت التعليم. وحقيقة زمان كان المعلمين بيشتغلوا بطريقة تقليدية، ولكن الآن العلم تطور كثيرا، والآن يستخدم كل الوسائل التكنولوجية الحديثة في مجال بتاعت العلم، وإن انتهزنا هذه الفرصة إنه هم نصف الحاضر.
Let's go for a short break and we shall be back in a moment. Digital banking service aim at supporting mobile wallets like Momo and mGrush, launched by the first deputy governor of
Equity Bank has developed a digital solution that allows its customers to make seamless, secure and instant payments through their for cash and secured financial transactions. Currently, more than 80% of the financial transactions are outside the banking system.
Initiatives like Pay with Equity are not just an innovative or innovations.
Equity Bank Managing Director James Kaire says the launch of the service confirms the bank's commitment to digital transformation and support all commercial and investment activities, small or large.
This launch reaffirms our commitment to driving digital transformation in South Sudan's financial sector. It is not just about technology, it is about inclusion, access and designed for today and the future.
The head of payments at Equity Bank, Anthony Ndiruto, elaborates on the features of the new digital service.
Very significant milestone in everyday transactions.
Bank clubs, restaurants, boda boda and tuk-tuk businesses, fuel stations
on the field and secured their place in the prestigious African Champions League. As Jammus FC prepares to represent South Sudan on the continental stage, Qatar FC, this season's runner-up, will also represent the country in the CAF Confederation Cup. This remarkable season is a testament to the growing talent and passion for football in the country. The South Sudan The inaugural Kajukeji Unity Football Tournament has kicked off at Rock City Playground in Juba, highlighting of peace building. Jacob Aligo Loladu praised the youths for initiating the tournament as a tool for peace, expressing optimism that the event will foster forgiveness, reconciliation, healing, and lasting peace in the aftermath.
Let this initiative not let us hear next that there's an inter-Payam from.
Let the unity of the Kajukeji people, wherever you are, let it continue. Let the purpose for which unity is being sought continue to be pursued. Because it's a strength. When you are strong, nothing can defeat you. You lack nothing when you are strong. Playing football strengthens the body physically.
The football that brings us together remind us that we can choose a different path. A path of dialogue over violence. A path of teamwork over division. And of peace.